This is Steve Perkins at the 2011 LAWA draft. Real quick, Steve, I just got a few questions for you before we begin the draft this evening. What does the LAWA mean to you?
It's pretty much my life once the summertime hits. I mean, everybody waits for the draft. I'm sure for like since the season ended. There's excitement building up right before the the draft. That's the most exciting time of the year, actually. Everybody's getting calls, text messages. I think it makes us all kind of talk to each other more. If we weren't in this league, we all would probably be hanging out and talking to each other as much as we do, So,
it
means a lot. It's important. It's serious business.
Some
girl the other day I was talking about, and she asked me, so this is serious? I was like, yeah, you don't even know how serious it is.
Very good. Speculations, you're sitting in a very good draft position, being able to pick up some talent. With the league thinning out with talent, with being the fifth team, and being a new manager in this league, how do you deal with that?
I think actually maybe I'm biased, but I think I'm actually kind of lucky because I look at myself as far as my potential and what I can do compared to all the other captains, and you have to say anybody that's going to be, non-biased or anything, they're going to say me and Ben are the two best captains talent-wise. So then you look at it, and I got the last pick in the first round, 5th and 6th. So, I might not get one of the top players in the league, but I still, at my 2 picks, I'm going to have 2 people that are capable of actually being top players in the league. Because, even though Burns, for example, is maybe a lot of people consider him the best pitcher in the league, well, his hitting isn't better than some people that I'm going to have available that I can pick. And vice versa. I mean, look at, for example, Pete Restivo has an ERA that was 2nd in the league. So did Darnell. Both of them were 2nd in ERA in the league. That's better than Fish, Marty, and Johnny. Hell, my ERA was better than Johnny. He was on my team. But you know what? I'll give Johnny, he should be drafted, in the top 4 for sure, because he's one of the, no matter what, I think his pitching is going to improve this year, and he'll be maybe one of the, I think best players all around.
If you had an instant rivalry amongst the 2 other captains in the league are your brothers.
Yeah.
I know that causes some friction, but if you had to pick a rivalry already, who would you say it is?
Actually, I'm not going to say, I don't know yet, because my biggest rival right now in the league that I want to play against the most is actually Ricky. Because I think he thinks he's better than what he really is pitching-wise. I think he could be better pitching. Don't get me wrong, he's got a great arm, lively arm. But I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. Like, for example, he was saying that he has Cy Young chances. And I'm thinking he's going to end up on Nick's team or
Rucker?
Rucker. Yeah, Rucker's team. So I think one of them 2 teams might be the biggest rival, but, I'll have respect for Ben and Johnny, which I think that's going to happen. You never know. I mean, it could be different, but if it's Ben and Johnny, I think that could be, I kind of think that might be my biggest competition maybe come playoff time, because they're gonna be in it, I think.
If you had to pick one team right now that's going to be sitting on the deck cooking steaks for everybody in October, who would it be?
Oh man, I hate to say this because I like Kuster and I like Marty, and I think that's where Marty's going, but I honestly think it's going to be the biggest fuck-up of all time. Those 2 are going to be sitting on the deck, and the whole league is just going to be bashing them, giving them shit, and the pressure's going to be on in the last couple of months of the season, and they're not going to be able to take it. Because if you look at it, it's Kuster picking number 1. No disrespect to Kuster, but he would probably be picked late 2nd round, early 3rd round. And he's getting Marty and 2 other guys, which could be 2 new guys in the draft. We have no idea. Or it could be Buckley and Hurdle. I mean, he's not, I think on paper at least, which doesn't mean anything, they're going to have the weakest team. A lot of people are out here saying pitching is not that big of a deal and hitting is what rules. And that might be right, but I also look at my team this year. This is going to be, I think, the best hitting team I've been on since the Dippers for myself. When I was on the Cardinals, we were the worst hitting team in the league. Last year I was on a team with Johnny, which was good, but that was only 2 people in the lineup that could even hit. I had Ricky and Rucker on my team too.
Oh, very good, Steve. If you had to pick one, the last and final question, if you had to pick one douchebag in the league, who would it be?
Biggest douchebag. Damn.
There's somebody that when he gets on the mound, you just love to see him on the mound.
Well, actually, biggest douchebag is probably right now. The biggest douchebag would have to be, and I haven't even faced him yet on the mound, but it's got to be Ricky. I want to face him seriously because I think he thinks he's the. Not only is he a Chelsea fan and I'm a Liverpool fan, I automatically hate him because of that. But he's got a cockiness about him. I would say, besides Burns, he's the second most cockiest guy in the league. I want to bash him.